So it's your first time doing the Grotesque Guardians. Well, look no further. I have a shitty guide for you. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go over a little bit of inventory setup and gear setup. This is optimized for low gear and max kill count per trip. So as you can see in my inventory here, I have my toxic blowpipe, my Ava's device. I'm going to be bringing some combat potions and range potions, and then 6 brews. The rest are going to be full of restores. He drops a lot of supplies, so pretty much what we're doing is we are holding out for those supply drops with both brews and potatoes, mushroom potatoes, to keep us going in this fight a little longer. He's also going to drop us ranging potions as well as super combat potions. So once we get those super combats, that should definitely give a boost to some of these kill count that we're going to get. As always, with killing gargoyles, you need to have rock hammers. I prefer using rock thrown hammers because you can just throw it from a range. It does help with your personal best a little bit, although we're not going for personal best in this guide. We are going for longevity. My Slayer ring is going to get me there, and then in my rune pouch, I have some runes for Alks to help to optimize on some inventory space when it's time to leave, as well as I got some combo runes in here for house teleport, since I am becoming a big boy and I now have a pool in my house, as well as a few other teleports to get me, to other places that I need. Otherwise, if you don't have a pool in your house, you can just swap out a super restore for Ring of Dueling for that clutch Ferox teleport to get the pool there. All right, and then over here we have our Slayer Helm, as we can only kill this boss on task. And then we're going to go with our Amulet of Fury. If you take an Amulet of Blood Fury, that would also help for the longevity of trip. Otherwise, just, an Amulet of Torture is going to be your best in slot for that faster kill count. If you're bringing Amulet of Torture, you will also need to bring Amulet of Anguish for your range switch. So the Fury is just kind of an all-around, great for ranging and meleeing there. We have, as our weapon, we're going to be using the Abyssal Tentacle. I've got the Ornate one, which is just, fancy cosmetics, doesn't do anything additional to just your regular Abyssal Tentacle. It's pretty cheap option. I usually go with the Fang here, but I've been trying out the Abyssal Tentacle, and it actually works pretty damn well there. You can combine 2 of them together to increase your overall charges to 20,000. I just did a run there and used up about 600 charges. Overall having the 20,000 charges in it is going to be cheaper than owning the Fang, at least initially. I think I spent about 5 million just to get the 2, maybe a little bit more, to get the 2 Abyssal Tentacles combined to get those 20,000 charges. We're rocking our Dragon Boots, our Dragon Defender, because we're scrubs like Arava. What's going to be needed here is Lightbearer, because we are going to be relying heavily on our Toxic Blowpipe spec for the heals. This is also going to help out with the longevity of the fight. So definitely Lightbearer is going to be our best in slot. And then obviously we've got our Barrow's Gloves to minimize on gear switches as well. If you want to go for a little bit faster kill count, you could always, bring bandos, tassets, and chestplate for your swap, and a couple other things. I don't know, upgrade wherever you deem necessary, but this should get you a pretty decent sized trip. So let's see how we do. All right, so we're going to use our Slayer Ring to teleport to Mortania Slayer Tower. Climb up the spiky chain over here. And it goes without saying you can only kill the Grotesque Guardians while on a Guardian task. If you haven't unlocked them yet, you'll just have to rough it out with regular gargoyles until you get the Brittle Key Drop, which unlocks this upstairs roof entrance area. All right, so items in this room will last for 2 hours or so on the ground, which is amazing, absolutely fantastic. So we can drop some supplies here because the first combat style that we're going to be using is going to be range. So we'll make sure that we have our blowpipe equipped. And then once you've killed them like 5 or 10 times, you can right click on the bell to do quick start. Otherwise, you'll have to ring it and watch the animation, before starting the fight. So we'll go ahead and drink our ranging potion. We will quick start this. Oh yes. And then for our prayers, I've got quick prayers set up. We're just going to do range starting off. And then I'm not praying anything special just because I want these pots to last as long as possible. So you see that spot that I went over to right here. And then I moved over into this corner right here. Now the meleeer guy, he's going to be walking around me like this for a while until he unsticks himself. And then when he does that, you can just pray, protect from melee, and then tank the ranger. You will take less damage this way. All right, now we're going to switch over to melee. We get about 2 hits on him, maybe 3 before he goes into a special. I like to flinch that third one just in case he doesn't give me enough time for that. And here we go, back on him. All right. Then all we got to do is just watch out for these falling rocks while we're killing him. They will stun you if they hit him. So we're just going to be, wheedling down his health. So he gets about 50%. Dusk is going to come back. This is dawn, right? No, dawn is going to come back. This is dusk. All right. Now we got to watch out for this special here. I like to run over into this corner most of the time. It gives you a better chance to dodge some of those things, which will do rapid damage. We'll put Pray from Range back on. And at this point, we want to pick up these little energy spheres that are going to spawn on the ground. If we don't pick them up in time, they will heal Dawn and just, prolong the fight a little bit. All right, so back to killing. This is where we start dumping our specs. We'll walk back to this corner to put the meleeer in the safe spot. I like making sure I have my prayer tab open just so I can quickly switch over to pray from melee once he unsticks himself. And fuck, got a little stunned right there. It's okay. Reduce our damage taken. So here we're going to switch back to our melee. When he teleports us out to that, you just got to click anywhere outside of the box to run out of it, and you will not be hit for like 80-something damage. So here you want to look at how he attacks. When he winds up backwards like that, it's going to be a melee attack. When he sticks his hand out, it's going to be a ranged attack. So we're just going to be ready to do our prayer switches for that and whittle his health down. I probably should have drank in a combat potion for this part. First kill is always going to be a little rough, but don't worry about that because once he's done with this, I think we'll start healing up right now. All right, pray for melee. We'll heal up a little bit, get some Cerebru defense, and then that should diminish some of the damage we're taking for future kill count. All right, so when he puts you in a corner like that, you have to stand right there at the entrance in order to escape that, and you'll be just fine. All right, and that is our first kill count done for. As you can see, we already got a Cerebrew drop. Let's go over here and drop a few more supplies, to be honest. All right, now as you can see, since we have the loot is going to be staying here on the ground for a while, I like to drop all this extra stuff a little bit out of the way so I don't have to worry about it right now. Actually, you know what? I will hold the granite dust in my inventory. I love that, keeping track of it. This is the main reason why we're here, really, this granite dust. All right, and then we're not going to heal up because we're going to rely on some of our specs for that. We're going to just go right back into it. Quick start, put protect from range on, and go back into this corner. Since we have light bearer, you don't need to try to preserve those specs at all. Just dump them whenever you have them, and try to, you know, rely on that for getting most of your heals off. So here we are, we're looking at, went through that pretty quick. All right, so we get 1, 2, and then that third one, we didn't have time to flinch, but it's okay because we were already ready to run away. We didn't get hit by his special. We'll come back in to finish the second phase for this guy. All right, lucked out a little bit with the falling rock spawn, so we didn't have to move. So we're just going to stay here, whittle him away. I probably should have used some combat potion right there because I have nothing. All right, switch back to range. Make sure you're at least 2 tiles away from some of those things. They will do rapid damage. Not a lot, but it's rapid, and it can add up pretty quickly. All right, so pick up these little energy spheres. And there's 2 ways to get that safe spot set up. You can either stand in this corner or in this corner. It just depends on where Dusk is going to be. Got specs again, so we'll try to see what we can heal. And he got out pretty quickly. We're just going to tank it. If you want to be sweaty, you can kind of swap prayers on the off tick of them. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to show you we can just tank one of them and still have a pretty decent trip here. All right. Getting ready to switch over to melee. And we can turn off prayer just to save a little bit if we want, because this animation does take a bit of time. And just click anywhere outside the box. He'll find his own way out. All right. Now we'll look for him to wind up his arms, and that means melee attack, so we make sure we switch over to that. And if he's going to point his hand at us, that's going to go back onto ranged. All right. With any luck, you can try to do it before he gets hit off. But if you end up taking a little bit of damage, don't worry about that. Potted up, this part definitely go better. All right, so it looks like he put a second spec. Just run out. Now, if you're not used to this boss, at this point, you definitely want to heal up. You don't want to take a little extra damage because then all that extra loot that you have on the floor will be gone, of course. And he's dead. So there we go. Look, we already got our mushroom potatoes. So hang on. All right. So this is definitely going to come in handy. I'm going to use some brews, though, to heal up for now. We're going to save those mushroom potatoes for keeping our... I'll eat one. For keeping our pot stats as long as possible. We'll drop one of these right here. All right. Drink a range potion. We'll be potted up this time like I should have been. And run over here with protect from range. See if we can get Close to max. There we go. Nice. Whoops. All right. And then run over here. Minimize the damage taken from the meleeer. Sometimes he doesn't stay stuck long, which is a little disappointing. You can always try to put him back in there. But it's just a waste of time, honestly. So I just rather switch to protect from melee and then tank the ranger. As you can see, it still goes through pretty quickly. Sip our combat, and then there's 1 hit. There's 2 hit, and then let's flinch the 3rd hit. And run away from him. Tries to give you a hug. Don't fall for it. It is not a friendly hug. All right, make sure at least 2 spaces away from the falling rocks or you will get stunned. Just keep going at it. All right. Put our blowpipe back on and be ready to run away from the spots on the ground. Pray from range and just start getting ready to pick up these little things. Spawned close to each other, which was nice. All right, so this gives me an opportunity to show you how to do this safe spot. So you just go there and run forward. Nope, I don't think it did it. All right, we're going over to this one. All right. And she is dead. Over to melee. Prayer off for a quick second. Since we're pretty full with health, I'm gonna drink a little super restore and get ready for this final phase. All right, started off with melee attack. That was cheap, but at least he didn't hit. Just looking for him to point his hand at us so we can switch over to range. Looks like he's stuck on melee for a while, which is lucky for us. We can just chill here. Oh, there he goes. And he did. All right. Drop our loot back off out of the way where we don't need it. And I'm not going to heal up. Remember, we're saving supplies as much as possible, and we're going to rely on our toxic blowpipe. So we're going to start this again, run over here since we still run over here since we still have stats. We're just going to throw that. We don't need to worry about sipping, and get ready now that he's in the safe spot. We are going to be ready for him to get himself out. Sometimes he's really stuck there and he stays there that entire phase, and that's really nice when that happens. This was not that time though. All right. We're doing good. We still have very full inventory of food and supplies. Prayer is our most valuable resource here. All right, there's 1 hit. There's 2 hit, and get ready to flinch that 3rd hit. Alright. Come back in for the kill. One good strategy here for fighting these guys is not to make sure that you're not always refilling your prayer up to max, just in case you got to start eating some brews. You don't want to waste an extra sip of restore. So just always make sure you got a little bit of wiggle room there. All right. You actually have plenty of time to run around and pick these up, but as you can see, we're doing it pretty quickly. And run back here, get into the safe spot, and be ready to switch back to melee. Toxic Blowpipe's special effect is really the main thing keeping you in this. It's what eliminates the need to bring a Blood Fury. Excuse me. If you bring a Blood Fury, to be honest, you may have some trouble taking all of the loot out at the end of this fight just because of the amount of resources that you will stockpile over the course of this fight. They drop a lot. All right, just click outside. Anywhere outside, you will find your own way. And one thing I did forget to mention, make sure you do not walk underneath any of the melees, the dusks, whenever it's his turn. Make sure you don't walk under him or else you will get trample damage. So make sure you're just running around him, being careful not to step under him. All right, looks like he's fixated on range. That's nice. I'm pretty chilling over here, not having to worry about a whole bunch of prayer switches. Oh, all right. Well, maybe just a little. And he is dead. Look at that, more bruise. All right, so we are preserving our stats as long as possible. So we'll just eat a couple of these. You know what? I'll just fill up. All right, cool. We are ready to go back in. See if we can top off our health. Oh yeah, that was a nice spec. All right, get ready to run into the safe spot again. And just watch him dance around us. Ready for him to wind up for a melee attack. And we can switch over to protect from melee. There he goes. All right. 1, 2, and flinch. Put protect from range on. Dawn starts looking at us, which means we can attack her. And just run around, pick up these energy spheres. Look at that. We are doing absolutely fantastic. Yeah, this is going to definitely help you get much more than 4 measly kill count a trip. Looking at you, Hood. All right, switch over to melee and turn prayer off while they do this little animation. Wind up. Takes forever. Goddamn. All right, find our way out and ready to get back into it. Whoops. A little misclick right there. Pray range. And... Aww. Oh, but I killed him. Alright, great. Still want to run out of that. I'm not sure if he's dead, if it won't do any damage to you. I don't take that chance. Alright. So as we can see here, we got some supplies. I'm just going to start stacking that together. We got some supplies, some ranging potions, super combat, and for some fucked up reason, a magic potion. I'm just gonna drop this little piece of trash over here. Just, get it out of my way. All right. Extra supplies go right here. I'm gonna use up the supplies, the pots that I brought in before using those. And looks like we still got a little bit. They're low, but it'll do the trick. So we'll eat up our tuna potatoes, or whatever they're called, mushroom potatoes. Quick start this and run over here. See if we can top off our health. Oh, stupid. All right, make sure that you have your blowpipe equipped. Wasn't the best of specs, but I'll accept it. Do a little prayer restoration. All right, and switch over to melee. Get that one hit. Get that, I don't know what happened. Second hit. And no. Oh my god. Whatever. At least we didn't get hit by the special. That's the important part. You can hit somewhere in the 30s of damage. And then if he throws you into some falling rocks, it can be doubled with that, and you can get hit up to like 50 damage or so. Not a good time. If you don't kill him fast enough in this phase, he can go into that enraged phase again. So you just got to be careful for that. Yep, there it goes. No, yeah, that's okay. We did some decent damage there, and kind of spawned the third phase at the same time. Oh, so crowded over here. Alright. Try to put him back in the safe spot. And get a little heals off. Very nice, very nice. Get ready to pray for melee when he unsticks himself. I think I'm going to heal up. I don't want to risk dying here. Find your own way out. Excellent. There you have it. Pretty simple. Pick up your loot and add it to the pile. Alright, we're going to need a drink our pots to make sure that we drink our ranging potion first. Run over into this spot, praying protect from range. And we can dump our spec and walk over here to the safe spot, dump another spec. Very nice, very nice. The fewer gear switches you bring, the more inventory you'll have in your food later on when it's inventory space you'll have later on to exit out of this room and bring all this loot pile. That's really the what we're going for here. I like going for longer trips rather than faster kill count. Longer trips equals more GP in my opinion, since you're spending less time getting here and banking. All right. Oh. Now that corner that I always run to isn't always the safest. Sometimes a bunch of those portals, whatever they're all called, spawn on the floor in that area, and it can be a dangerous place. I do find a majority of the time it is a safer place, but just be prepared for it to not be, and for you to change your plan right off the rip. Oh, no, he was still stuck. All right, doing good, doing good. So after trying both the Abyssal Tentacle and the Fang here, I do kind of have to agree that the Abyssal Tentacle seems to be the better way to do it. Obviously, with the Fang's accuracy, it goes pretty well here. But I'm kind of liking the experience that I'm having with the Abyssal Tentacle. If you can't afford the Fang, it definitely is a cheaper option. Guides do say it is a better weapon here, and I suppose it's mostly for the attack speed. It does have a better attack speed than the Fang does. That's probably why. But here we go. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Oh, well, it looks like I hadn't. My OCD is going to kick in. I'm just going to drink that just to have some even stats there. Or, sorry, some even pots there. All right. We're going to put our ranging equipment back on. And rinse and repeat. Very beautiful heals. Simple strategy. It's a simple boss. I love it. I don't understand the hate that this boss gets. Got spooned the pet at 90 kill count, which most people, as soon as they get the pet here, they are done with this boss. So many better reasons to continue doing this boss, and that is because of this granite dust will help your cannonballs do an extra 5 plus 5 to damage. For me, that is worth it. The main reason to come over here and do this boss anytime I get a gargoyle task. The other drops are kind of You won't get rich here, but in a task you'll probably make 5 to 7 mil or so. I don't know. Depends on how few times you die. There's wasting prayer. Yarg. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Whoop. Don't forget to be praying. That's the important thing. Yeah, we're just, keep running this as long as we can. With, your first few runs, you more than likely will take a little bit more damage than this. That's okay. Just bring some extra brews. I would say if you're bringing about anywhere from 6 to 9 brews while you're learning, that's a pretty good place to start off. Of course, bring as many restores as possible just in case you end up doing better. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm going to combine some of these pots over here, put our trash in the corner, and I guess it's time to brew up. Got lots of supplies in the inventory. We'll put this over here, actually. Whoops. Because I'm going to eat these. Oh, some more trash. But yeah, just having some solid inventory management while you're in here is going to help. We'll pick up 1, 2, 3, and 1 restore. Still have 3 restores and an extra brew on the ground. A nice little pile of supplies. And I could go on and on, do a whole video showing this whole inventory, but that would take a while. So we're going to cut it right here. If you're interested in the whole video, I will continue recording and we'll upload it on its own. But that was just getting a start for you. And yeah, good luck. And you should be having a pretty decent run after watching this guide. Thank you for watching. Fuck you.